Hi guys. Welcome to my channel again today. Today, forgive me, I'm gonna be ranting a little bit. Hey, that I guess that's allowed. There's this MGTOW movement that is everywhere now, and the whole thing is really going viral. And what does MGTOW means? The acronym for men going their own way. Men going their own way. And it's a huge movement, and I think it's been around for a while now. It obviously started in America by a group of men that are obviously not really happy with the hand that is being dealt, um, the hands they are being dealt with, maybe by the women in their life and in support, and government support, supporting these women also. So yeah, I only just came across it of recent, and I think I've done a bit of research. I did a bit of research on it, and the only thing that seems to be coming, that seems to be coming across, are loads on loads of attack on this MGTOW movement, and mainly coming from women and obviously some men too. And digging deep into the research, I now realized that okay, fine. What is MGTOW movement? MGTOW movement, these are a bunch of men that are really, really unhappy. They are really done with their relationship with women in general. And they believe that women are having their way in everything, and they are being supported or being encouraged rather by the government or the system in where they are. You understand? And um, I am not in total support of their movement, neither am I against what they stand for. I'm not in support of, I mean, I do support and I do agree with them in a number of ways, but there are some aspects of their movement that I'm totally against. Do you understand? And I'm not also against them also. So I'm just right there in the middle. All I just want to say here is they are not they are not madmen, you know. They must have gone through something that brought them to where they are today. And everything we're talking about is about gender equality. And I strongly believe that if we honestly want to discuss gender equality, we need to listen. We need to listen to both sides. We need to listen to both sides. I think what we have at the moment is a lot of people attacking this MGTOW movement guys, and painting them like evil, like they are, everything they stand for is against women, you know. But I would rather look at it this way. I would want to listen to them. I want to give them a listening here, because if one group is being silenced, that's a problem for all of us. If a certain group is being silenced, maybe by the press, by the government, by the system, by the women group, and if we try to suppress these men in their movement, that will be a big and a huge problem for all of us. I think the best way to address this is give them a listening here. So the question is, do they have a point or not, or do they have some point or not? And I would tell you, yes, they do have a lot of points. However, a lot of them are probably gone the other way now, too far into the whole thing, that I think maybe is that I think it's probably a bit too much. Because the way I look at it is, because you have problem with women folks now, that doesn't necessarily mean you have to cut them completely out of your life. You understand? For the fact that you have a bitter experience with a particular woman in your life, I mean a nasty experience like that, that does not necessarily mean all women are like that. You understand? That is where I differ with them, because they tend to put all women in the same basket and tag them to be evil, gold diggers, and nasty piece of you know what. And I totally disagree with that. My own standpoint is for the fact that you have a bitter experience with a particular woman. And I tell you for free, some of these women can be very bad, can be very nasty. Because I've heard stories, I've read stories, I've listened to stories, a lot of those such stories myself. So I can conveniently tell you a lot of these women are very bad people, are very evil, very nasty piece of, you know. And however, it would be wrong of me to say, oh, all women are like that. No, all women are not like that. And I will obviously want to separate the bad ones out of the good ones, and also encourage the good ones to expose the bad ones amongst them, so that all of them will not be put in the same basket. You understand? So that is my own stand, and that is what I believe in. That all women are not bad. There are some good women, and there's some bad women out there. And at the same time, there are some bad men out there, and there's some good women, good men out there too. So the MGTOW movement, these men, like I said earlier on, I can assure you, they do have some points in a number of ways. A lot of them are coming with this mindset of joining this group mainly because out of their own personal experiences. And what kind of experience are we talking about? I mean, a lot of them have gone through paternity fraud, and paternity fraud is a big thing. It really affects men. You understand? And if a woman does that to you as a man, you understand? You obviously want to give up on life. You don't even want to try and even make any effort at it at all, because this is a woman that, I mean, you know, gave you a child that is not even yours. Do you understand that all this while she was pretending that, I mean, by the time you find out and everything, and you will expect the whole world to be in support of you, to guide you, to hold your hands, and to help you sort the issue out. But rather the system or the government or whatever will rather be looking at this woman like, oh, she's the one, she's the victim here. Be coming up with such excuses, and no one is really taking care of the man in question. And the man looks left, he looks right, there is no help coming from nowhere. You understand? I guess this is part of the reason a lot of them are a lot of men that have gone through similar experiences coming together now, forming this MGTOW movement or joining this MGTOW movement. Another issue we're talking about sentence disparity. You understand? That is very clear, especially in the Western world. The way the justice system or whatever treats women is completely different to that of men. They are much more lenient to women than compared to that of men. And a lot of men have been involved with domestic violence. Let's talk about domestic violence now. You understand that in real sense of it, it is actually the woman abusing this man. You understand? The man did not even do anything. But the moment the woman put a call to the system or to the police and just put a line there out there, oh, I've just been attacked by my man or by my husband or by my boyfriend, the police will come by, and by default, they will believe the woman, and they will make the man walk out or even arrest him. You understand? Even if it is so glaring, you can see cuts and you can see bruises all over this man's face that it's so obvious he did not even inflict this on himself. You understand? It's obviously being inflicted on him by the woman. No, the system, the police will tend to believe and protect the woman by default more than the man. You understand? And the man will be helpless and will be like, okay, where do I go from here? The system is not even listening to me. The police are not even looking at my own point of view. I put a statement out there. They don't even believe it by default. They just come into my house and automatically believe that the woman is the victim. You understand? So where do you want such men to go to? Who gets their back? Who protects their interests? Who supports them? No one. Do you understand? And when this kind of man, and this particular man now finds a group of men in the name of MGTOW, and they don't want to, because they share similar thing, they experience similar thing in their private or whatever life, and they decide to come together, and people are now pelting them, oh, they are evil, they are this. No, I think that is attacking them and deliberately not listening to them, I think that's another ploy right there to silence them. And it's really tantamount to bullying. Because I believe you have to listen to them and hear their own point of view, and let's try and be balanced here. You understand? So we're talking about another one, child custody, another issue that men are really going through, that the system or the government or the whatever is not listening to, and men are not finding help. That's child custody. We're talking about child support. We're talking about forced rape allegations. Forced rape allegations. Do you understand? How will any man come out from such an allegation? False rape allegation. False rape allegation. I'm emphasizing the word false right here. You understand? Any form of rape is bad, is evil. No one in their right senses we agree to that or we support that. You understand? But we're talking about false rape allegations right here. You understand? If you have a woman in your system, in your life, and she made that statement that, oh, I've just been raped by this man. You understand? It is so much out there that the system will tend to believe the woman more than the man. Immediately, by default, like I said earlier on, they will protect the woman, they will listen to the woman, they will try and understand where she's coming from, and automatically they will look at the man that, oh, yeah, look at him, bad man, and things like that. And he's raising his hands up, he's trying to call for attention, he's telling you guys that, listen to me, I have a story to tell. Is anyone going to listen to my side of the story? But no, the system kicks in. Automatically, it affects this man's livelihood. It affects his reputation. He will lose virtually everything he has worked all of his life for. And if eventually you not find out later that actually it was a false allegation, you understand? Do you know that there are a certain group of people out there who will still be holding on to the first line of the story? That, oh, giving the woman excuses that, oh, maybe she has been pressed to come up with another story, or maybe she's not lying just to protect the man, or maybe she's not have pity on the man, and that's why she's changing her story. You understand? And the man is damaged already. So who is standing for this man? Who is protecting his interest? Who is listening to him? Do you understand? And when this kind of a thing continues, and a lot of these men come together and we now say that, okay, we are done with women. We are done with men. I mean, with the system. We just want to create a system, a community that will protect their own interest. How can anyone fault them? How can anyone automatically look at them and say, oh, they are bad men, they are misogynist, or they are this, they are that? Do you understand? It doesn't just make any sense, attacking them or knocking them down. I totally understand, like I said at the beginning of this video, that they do go into an extreme. And I'm not going to follow them into that extreme. I'm saying right here in the middle and saying to you all there that these are men that we need to listen to. These are men that deserve our listening ears. These are men that we really need to give them an opportunity to express themselves rather than us attacking them and trying to silence them. Do you understand? So, I mean, I can go on and on. We're talking of false rape allegation. We're talking of criminal law bias. We're talking of misandry. We're talking of lack of help for male victims of domestic violence. Men suffer from domestic violence too, but who believes them? No one. No one believes man. Do you understand? If a man comes out if a woman comes out and said that, oh, I've just been through, I'm a victim of domestic violence, bam, everybody kicks in. Helps flying in from left, right, and center. Do you understand? Supporting the woman, giving her money, protecting her interest, and everything. Do you understand? Even in a family, she tends to keep the home, and the system will drive the man out. Do you understand? But no one is listening to a man that is going through domestic violence, because men go through domestic violence too. You understand? There are a lot of men out there that, out of shame, they cannot even come out and say, oh, this is what my woman has just done to me. That, oh, I'm going through domestic violence in the house of my wife, or in the house of my woman. who is going to listen to them? The system doesn't listen to them. The system does not listen to them. Rather, the system will look at them and be like, no, come on, I can't believe that. You going through domestic violence in that tiny woman right there? No. I mean, look at your size, look at our own size, and look at, I mean, and things like that. So these are just standard belief that people will just bounce on and think that, oh, the man is telling a lie. The man is telling a lie, and forgetting the fact that there are lots of men out there that are suffering in silence. And if this thing has been happening year in, year out, and no one is listening to them, and maybe they just manage to jump on a group or a community in the name of MGTOW, men going their way, you understand, in this instance, then what do you expect them to do? Obviously, they're gonna jump on the platform and tell their own story, because they have people, a lot of people, they're like-minded people that have gone through the same experience. You understand? So that is what is going to happen. Naturally, that is what is going to happen. You understand? So all this attack on MGTOW group or men going their way, it's not going to help anyone. It's not going to help the situation. You know, there are a lot of reasons out there that why men are going their way. It's just that we just choose to be in denial. Whoever is attacking MGTOW movement is only just choose to be in denial. Do you understand? I mean, I've spoken a lot here today, and let me just chip in something quickly before you guys start coming for me. Do you understand? I am not against women, neither am I against men. Do you understand? I want equality, equity. Are you getting my point? I support men, I support women. You understand? So I wouldn't want to leave one out for the other. You understand? What I'm totally against is when the system or the community or the society is now castigating the MGTOW movement, castigating the men going their own way movement, calling them names without even listening to their stories. You understand? I think a lot of us out there really need to calm down. We need to listen to these guys. We need to look at things from their own perspective. You understand? And accept the fact that there are a lot of things going on. These men are not madmen. We need to understand the fact that something must have driven them to that level, to wherever they are. Not all of them are bad. You understand? Not everyone that is on the MGTOW movement are evil or misogynist or hate women. No, not all of them. I mean, I believe there are a lot, like I said at the beginning, there are bad men out there and there are good men out there. Equally, there are bad women out there and there are good women out there. So the part I'm against the MGTOW movement is the fact that they all put all women in the one basket and say, oh, they don't want anything to do with women and that all women are bad. No, I'm totally against that. I'm totally against that. And also a woman coming up and say, oh, all the men supporting or everybody supporting the MGTOW movement are against women or they are all bad people. No, I'm totally against that too. Do you understand? You see, we really need to listen to each other. The MGTOW movement, I don't think is going to go anywhere. The more we attack them, the more they're going to grow. Because there are a lot of men going through a lot of things out there, a lot of nasty things out there. My own standpoint is we need to listen to them. We need to listen to them. We need to give them listening here. That is their support system. That is the only support system they can identify themselves with. That is the only support system they can hold on to. You understand? So, because if you look around you, anywhere you go, especially in the Western world, the law and the system seems to support women more than men. And I don't think it's fair, in my own humble opinion. I don't think it's fair. You understand? Fair enough, most of these men, out of their own personal choice, they must have made some mistakes in the women they went out with or they got married with. You understand? Because I'm a person I'm a strong advocate for courtship. You understand? Because in the process of courtship, if you overlook a lot of some of the red flags that is telling you that no, don't go there. This woman is an evil woman. This woman is bad and things like that. And if you don't take your time to study her very well, to get to know her personally, to get to know her family, to get to know her background, and you just jump into it and say, oh, you love her, and without knowing much about her. And eventually you get married and things go pear-shaped. You understand? So you got to take some part of the blames too. Perhaps if you have taken your time, if you've done due diligence and get to know this woman personally, knowing her parents, knowing her background, perhaps a lot of things that just comes up when you are married now. You will have seen it long time ago, and you will have, come on, let it or leave her alone. So some of them might be like that, and I'm not going to say all of them are like will be in that situation too. Some might be unlucky that maybe in the process of courtship they could not even identify or put their finger on any of these red flags, and he only just came out when they got married. You understand? A lot of these men too, maybe they move from the developing world into the Western world, and a woman that was with you in, in the developing world with the kind of system that operates there, all of a sudden finds herself in the Western world, and bad behavior just comes out, and she exploit the system to destroy this man. Because we've heard a lot of stories of a woman that you brought into your system, that you brought into that country to come and join you as your wife. You understand? She will now manipulate the system and take you out of a home that belongs to you, deprive you of seeing your own kids, and even collect money from the government because of the story she cooked up. You understand? So where do you want all these men to go? The only place they will end up is a movement like MGTOW. Anywhere they can go to, and people will listen to them, and they will share their experiences, and they must have gone through the similar experiences. You understand? That is where they're going to go. So if we are really serious about this gender equality, if you are really honest, to discuss this gender, we need to listen to both sides. As we are listening to the women, we need to equally listen to the side of the guy, and give him a listening here. You understand? Because the beginning of all this is men are this, men are that. Oh, we need to create there has to be gender equality. That's okay. Women are not slaves to men. I do agree with that. So they should work together and come together. They are not in competition with each other. But the fact still remains: men are different from women. That is just the basic fact out there. You understand? There are certain things that makes a man work better, and there are certain things that makes a woman work better. If you deprive that which that makes a man work better, if you deprive him of it, then there will be problem. There will be trouble. You understand? There is bound to be trouble. So in the process of trying to correct what has been happening in the time past regarding gender equality, that because in the past, it used to be like men are the one dominating everything. You understand? And now, if you now in the process of trying to bring equity or equality into things now, trying to put men and women on the same platform, it is now looking as if the whole table is turning around against men. It's as if the whole table is now being turned around against men. We are trying to create an equality. We are trying to put everybody on the same pedestal. We are trying to put everybody on the same level playing field. Do you understand? However, the ones that we are trying to protect and bring onto the saddest level playing field, do you understand, are now the one trying to tilt things their own side. Do you understand? Not trying to create that balance that we are all seeking for, we are all asking for. And they are using the system, they're using the government, they're using everything in their disposal to make this happen and to tilt things to their side. Unfortunately, this is not going to end well. It's not going to end well for the women folk. It's not going to end well because, we cannot do without each other. You cannot take the place of a man. Neither will a man be able to take the place of a woman. We need to work together. There shouldn't be any competition between the two of us. A man and a woman, a husband and a wife needs to work together and create a home and bring up a family. And if you choose as a woman to get married to a man, you understand, allow the man to be a man. The man will allow you to play your role. You are not there in a man's life to be a slave or to be what's the word now? For him to dominate you. Do you understand? You are there to complement each other. You are there to complement each other. But by the time you are not treating this man like he's the one with the problem, you're not using every system in the book to dominate him, to manipulate him, to destroy him, for you to be on top of him and direct him. And if he's not going to stand for that, then you use the system against him to destroy him, to deprive him of everything he's worth forever in his life. You understand? So how is that going to be possible? I mean, how is that even fair? You understand? So a man is a man, a woman is a woman. In a relationship, say for instance in a home setting now, there cannot be two bosses in a home. There cannot be two captains in the ship. You understand? Let the man play his role and the woman will play his role, and there will be mutual respect between the two of you. But as a woman, if you are not trying to dominate and control your husband, simply because the husband is trying to create a level playing field for both of you to operate together as equal, but use that as you are looking at that as an opportunity. You're using using that like a weakness against him to flog him with and to use the system to destroy him. And if that if that continues, and you manage to get free or be successful at destroying him, and the man looks around, there's no support base for him. Do you understand? Then if they not come together and they say they are done with women, so why are we fighting them? Why are we crying out that, oh, they are bad men, they are this, they are that? No, not all of them are bad men. We need to listen to them, in my own humble opinion, and let's stop this name calling and castigating them and even destroying them the more. Do you understand? So the same system that you use in destroying them is the same system now they're not using to suppress them and to keep them quiet and to make them to make them shut up. So how is that going to help anyone? The best way forward is for these men, these MGTOW guys, the men going their way group, to be listened to, not to be castigated, not to be destroyed, not to be calling on unprintable names. That is my own opinion right there regarding the MGTOW movement. If you have anything to add to this, please feel free, and please, I beg you to be polite in your comment. If you are against what I've just said, please put it right there in the comment section. Let me hear your own side of the story. You understand? And please do join me again next time, and please do subscribe to this channel if you really love what we're talking about here. Until I see you again next time, please, let's be fair with ourselves, and peace.